Well, Ian, disappointing afternoon. How do you reflect on today's performance?
I'm not disappointed. I thought second half we did really well. First half they basically squeezed, pressed, turned us, and scored from two of those turnovers, which we knew they're good at, but I felt we needed to play through it. I felt a change was needed because of their personnel. That's why I played Ollie Palmer. And in the end, their extra man in midfield, which I changed into the second half, cost us. But second half, very pleased with. First half, didn't like it all, but it's the way it goes, you know. To let a goal in like that so early, first chance they had, scored from midfield, a big volley from God knows where, and then to gamble on us winning it and run forward like we did and leave him completely in turned out to be a terrible mistake. But you know, they finished those chances. I thought we showed great character in the second half. Came back, and obviously to let a late goal in when we could have just cleared it. Bitterly disappointing, but I'd have definitely taken a point for the second half performance. But we've got to stop so many goals going in. It's quite simple.
You talk about a better second half, so you would have been happier to take away a point in the end, despite that late goal.
I felt we should have done. We'd worked ourselves back into that, and how many times have we done that, you know? And to be fair, Will's won a tackle, and he should have just kicked it out and then got ready for the, you know? So it's all right saying this and that, but what we need to do is the second half you saw us play, whereas first half we lumped it. And we need to be brave enough to play against everybody, even if we've made a couple of mistakes, to play against everybody and keep playing the way that we want our identity to look like. They managed to stop us doing that in the first half. I reminded them, changed it, switched it, and we got back in the game, deservedly so. I think we then got back in it deservedly as well. And then to let one in is harsh, but we made a mistake. So well done to their spirit, to their belief, how well things are going for them in a minute. But I want us to understand our identity, because putting Ollie Palmer in, they seem to think that we can hit him on the head, and that ain't how I want to play. So second half we didn't. And it proves sometimes you can't play the same way all the time. We might need to switch from our system that's working well to a system that matches, particularly away from home, that matches their midfield, so you don't get outnumbered in there. So I managed to change that. We won the second half, unfortunately not by enough goals to draw the game.
You talk about deserving to be back in the second half, so you must be pleased in the character that your players shown to get yourselves back in the game after a poor first half.
Yeah, I didn't like when we went one down, and I definitely didn't like it when we went two down. We looked like we were not clueless, but we looked like we didn't show any sort of belief, and maybe they didn't. But second half we certainly did. We went back to what we're good at. We evaded their pressing. We managed to get an extra body in that midfield where we were getting caught with it, or they were outdoing us because they had an extra body in there. And then we looked like we would be going on to maybe win that. And I felt on another day we could have done, but well done to Salford, you know. So that's the way it goes. There's a awful long way to go, and that's bitterly disappointing. But we'll get back home, dust ourselves down, and I'll show them what I think's wrong with it. No good shouting and bawling at each other. But I liked the second half immensely. I thought I could see the identity of my team. I thought they were brave. We got on the ball. I thought the substitutions we made a difference at the time, and that's all you can ask. So, you know, at the end of the day, should I have changed a winning team? Everybody can talk about that, but you know, at the end of the day, we did more than enough to go away with a point, which would have been a very, very good result for us. Unfortunately, we've gone and made a mistake at the end. And well done to them. They forced that. So,
two absentees from this afternoon. No Billy Bowden and Prince Eddie Battyman. So what can you tell us about their absence?
Yeah, both injured or, they're both unfit for today. Billy didn't travel. Billy's trained all week, but he felt something in his hamstring, and Prince isn't feeling very well at all, so we've had to leave him back home. But these things happen, don't they? You know.
When you talk about speaking to your team about the identity that we showed in the second half, are they the positives that we need to take away from this afternoon as we look ahead to a very long season?
It's very difficult to take positives away when you've lost to a team that were just below you, who've gone above you or level with you. So, you know, but there's a lot. We lost this game last year, and I swear we played better today in the second half. I didn't like the first half, so that's all you can say. But well done to them. That's all, you know. I really like Carl. I think he's a very honest, gracious, very good manager, and, you know, they've gone and won today. So, quite simple, mate. Sometimes you don't get what you want. And first half, I didn't think we did enough to deserve better than that. Second half, we certainly did.